Beautiful. All right, Melanie Nelson here, Director of TLS Sales, coming to you with one of our brand new TLS certified coaches. Woo woo! And so exciting because it takes a quite a bit of field work to become a TLS certified coach, and nothing beats experience as far as educating ourselves, and that's really the biggest part of TLS certification is the field work you do. And I just want to say congratulations, because it is a lot of work, and so I want everybody to learn a little bit about you. Obviously, we know that you come from California, or zooming in from California. You are a gym teacher, correct? Physical education.
Yes.
And so obviously health in the background there. And executive coordinator with the business. So that's excellent. Starting to get a residual income coming in, that beautiful foundation of what we want to create for our families. And essentially, our newest certified TLS coach. So welcome, Andrea. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I did.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share anything else about me a little bit?
Yeah, anything you want to share. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I am a PE teacher and athletic director, and health has been a passion of mine for forever, since I was in high school for sure. Youngest memories there of just loving health in our body and what our body can do. So this was a very easy fit for me to pursue this, because it's something that just kind of amplified what I already love to do and my passion to help others pursue that as well. So. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what do you, I mean, obviously with the health background, TLS was a natural fit, but what is it specifically about TLS and the division and the program that really caught your eye, makes it unique, your favorite parts of it?
I really love the education part of it. So as a teacher, I love education, and I feel like a lot of us, we lack the knowledge to be able to have the success that we really want in life. And so with TLS, the education piece has been a huge portion of what I really love, as well as connecting people to the menus and the supplements that can just really aid and assist the goals that they have along their own health journey. So those are my favorites.
Amen. So number 2 here, what, if any, obviously you have a health background, you're healthy, you're active, but when you really integrated TLS into your life, the products, what kind of results did you experience?
So right away, I experienced just a healthier overall feeling, as well as energy. I've lost 10 pounds and about 3% body fat. So that's been awesome. I know.
Really good.
Really good. Yeah. So one of my favorite supplements that I first started with was Core. I had sugar cravings that were like through the roof, and I could not figure out how to get rid of these sugar cravings no matter what. And so taking Core has been a huge, huge help with that, as well as just like curbing those cravings and being able to look at something that's a dessert and go, I don't need you. I don't want you. Where before I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm craving you, so that's been a huge help for me. And then after that, I implemented and added in the thermochrome and the trim tea. And that was a huge shrinker for me, energy boost. And it helped to shrink down the excess fat, especially after having 3 kids. So
right on. Wow, that's phenomenal. Excellent stuff. Yeah, that the baby fat, right?
Yes.
It's really difficult, and just as women get older, it becomes more and more difficult, and that's where our accelerators come in. So that's wonderful. I love those results. Fantastic. So how did you, obviously with it being a natural fit, how did you market and attract your TLS clients that you would coach?
So 2 main things that I really utilized. One was Facebook. I just really shared results, whether it was results with myself, and then as I started working with people, results with others. So Facebook became like a really great platform for me to use to just share my journey along the way. And then one-to-one, just really talking to people, and because of what I do for a regular living anyways, health comes up often in conversations for me. And so being able to talk to people and help them pursue their goals and share with them what I have found that's worked for me was really the two main things that I use to help grow my business and to help others.
Beautiful. So when you post, how often do you post like health or lifestyle or TLS related stuff on your page?
Well, so two different responses. Whether it's health stuff, like if it's a healthy food choice I've made for the day or something like that, I post health choices usually 2 times a week. TLS wise, I'll post something every 1 to 8 to 10 days, specific TLS, and then just life in between.
Yeah. And then it's all your personal type stuff. So you're not inundating your
Yeah.
following with constant sales or TLS, or it's sprinkled in
Yeah.
amongst your personal posts.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. I like it. And that's important. So consistency too, right? I mean, did you get results right away when you started posting, or was it something that took a bit of time?
It took time. I think the biggest thing I had to learn too was, so I would post something, say it was on health or a TLS post, and I wouldn't have hardly any comments or any likes at all. And then I would run into somebody in the store later and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I saw your post on dot dot." And I looked at them, I'm like, it's the post that nobody hardly commented on or liked at all, you know? So I'm like, "Oh, great. I'm so glad you liked it." And just, was able to have a conversation from there. But
Right.
yeah, it was a slow, just building that consistency, and even just being on Facebook every day was a new thing for me because that was not my norm. So posting on Facebook something every day was a new thing for me.
Yeah, I always tell people, if you're not already posting daily, you need to start posting daily. Then you start sprinkling in the health choices, and your own results, and then, start sprinkling in TLS, but it takes time.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to understand. So I'm glad we clarified some of that. So, coaching, or sorry, Facebook strategy, as well as, that one-to-one marketing of conversation, meeting people, having those meetings, finding out what they want, and finding a fit. And would you always direct them to the TLS profile? Like, what was your kind of go-to?
So if the conversation came up about health and weight loss, then I would definitely tell them the first place to go is to take the weight loss profile. And then we would discuss the results of that menu plan and options and things that came up for them, which is a great conversation starter, to be able to look for direction. A lot of times people are asking for direction. They're like, "I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to do next." And so having them take that weight loss profile is a great next step. And then setting up a time to converse right after they've taken that profile to talk to them about that menu plan and the top 3 supplements recommended for them and why is
Yeah.
really, yeah, that's really what I go through with people in the weight loss world.
That's good. And I think that follow-up conversation is really key, right? It's not just take the profile and, although they're just going to buy on their own.
Yeah.
You have to have that follow-up conversation if you're not with them in person.
Yeah.
So what is some of your favorite ways to coach? And I say everything after the purchase is coaching, and everything after the purchase is follow-up. So
Mhm.
coaching is follow-up, and follow-up is coaching. So what are some of your favorite coaching / follow-up techniques?
So I have 2 different accountability groups that I have on a weekly basis that I ask them to jump on in and be a part of. And so I love being able to do that. The weekly check-ins, the measurements and weigh-ins, and the education videos we watch and we talk about. I think those are really key. And then we laugh a lot. We laugh a lot about our week and our oopses, or what we learned, or how we're changing. So those are some of my key fun things that I love to do.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. Yeah, it shouldn't feel like you're going to a confessional,
Yeah.
It should be fun. So I'm so glad. That's fantastic. What are some of your personal TLS product for you? Like, what's your go-to? Like, couldn't live without it.
Well, core I mentioned earlier is one of my go-to, and the Trim Tea or Trim Cafe, I absolutely love those. I just started implementing Tonalin actually, and I've really noticed a huge change in the last couple of weeks, especially in the belly area. And so I'm loving the Tonalin, and I'm implementing that. I really love all the supplements, so I I implement a lot of them. I'll take thermochrome if I need an energy boost, things like that. So but yeah, those are my faves.
Good. Awesome. And within your customer base, what would you say is one of your number one best sellers within your clients?
Within my clients, core and either trim tea or trim cafe.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right
Yeah.
on. And as far as, we have a lot of tools. We have the TLS overview, we have sales aids, we have all kinds, we have the website. What is like your go-to tools? Like couldn't do this without these tools.
Weight loss profile and menu plan are like the different menu plan options that they have. I love the printout availability to be able to have that. I tell them all, like, put this on your fridge. This is what you're putting on your fridge. This is what you're following, whether it's the, rapid results for them or the sure and steady. Flip it around. It's got all of their breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinners and everything in there. And so I love that as a tool. And then the weight loss profile along with the website is my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
Excellent. Awesome. Now, do you tend to do more sort of one-on-one meetings versus like group overviews?
I do both. I do a lot of one-on-one initially when I'm having a conversation because it's something that people tend to be a little cautious of having conversations about. So we do one-on-ones first, and then as they're building as they're being encouraged on this journey, I share other stories of people that I'm working with, and so they kind of get to know those people a little bit before they even meet those people. So then they feel excited to jump in on a group because they already are aware of who they are.
Oh, I like that. I like that strategy. That's really good.
Yeah.
Um, Fantastic. Yeah, people need to, we talk about a threshold philosophy in TLS. When people step over the threshold into your room, into your home, into your gym, into your, whatever place you're going to, and they step over the threshold of your door, that's a very big step for people. And like you said, weight loss can be a sensitive subject for people. So it is really important to, take care of people, right? I love that. TLS definitely attracts the most caring, compassionate people for sure. All right. So as far as ensuring your clients are reordering, they're continuing on product, what are some of the techniques and strategies you use specifically to ensure that you have a customer for life?
I think the listening in the conversations and the weekly check-ins that we have, being able to listen to what's going on in their life has really helped. And then sharing compassion and caring with them has really helped. And so then what I'm listening for is I'm listening if they're talking about they have inflammation issues over and over that they're just really struggling with, then I'm going to mention OPC3. If they're talking about their digestive issues and they're having gut problems, then I'm going to talk about digestive enzymes and aloe for them, joint issues, things like that. So I'm really listening. If they're having issues sleeping, I'm eating everything I know to eat that's right, and I'm trying, but I'm so stressed and I can't sleep well, then I'm going to talk about acts for stress. I'm going to talk about turn down for sleeping. So that crossover and having that continued conversation is really how I help my customers to be able to find everything that they need that's going to benefit them the best.
Awesome. Love that. Obstacles. When, you know, anytime you start something new, whether it's a new business, a new venture, or even if you're an experienced and franchise owner and you start in TLS, it's a new division. And we're going to face obstacles whenever we want to create success or hit a goal, or, it's inevitable, right? It's inevitable to have your own specific struggles, obstacles, or challenges. I'm curious what you had to overcome, which specific one you felt like you had to overcome to really become successful and become a certified TLS coach.
I think the two biggest things for me was one, being viewed as just a teacher to being viewed as an actual health coach in the business realm of, health and wellness. So that was a huge shift for me to be able to transition with people that I knew the most, even with teachers I was talking to on a regular basis. As a PE teacher and athletic director, I have lots of knowledge in health and in exercise, but then when it comes to supplementation, that was like a new realm for them. And so that was a big leap, but the continued education, it was huge to be able to help me to gain the knowledge as well as to help them have access to education themselves. So I think that was one of the biggest not like leaps and obstacles that I had to overcome. And then not using Facebook regularly when I first started and having to create like a consistency on Facebook. That would have been the second biggest one.
Yeah, for sure. So as far as you're saying that one of the ways you overcame the supplement sort of, being seen as an expert, so to say, in TLS, in our line and in our supplementation, and being able to translate that into, coaching clients. One of the ways that the mentality of that you overcame, and I just want to clarify this, is the ongoing education. And you're talking about like the TLS 101, you're talking about like product symposium or general product trainings, are you talking about that kind of stuff?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so that just helped build your confidence to be able to speak confidently about what we have.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Awesome. Love that. And then I always say is one of the things, like, for me, is once you take the product, like now you're going to be able to speak to CLA so much better than you ever were, right? Because now you're like, oh my gosh, like this does what it says it's going to do. So yeah, I think there's something to be said about experiencing the products for yourself that builds that cellular, like in your body, in your heart kind of confidence. There's this confidence and then there's like this confidence, right?
Yes.
So cool. Now, what made you decide that you were going to become a certified TLS coach?
I love setting goals and going for them. And so it was one of my goals to be certified within this, especially once I was taking the product and having results myself when I first started. It just made sense to be able to have a goal to actually help train and coach others. But also, I really have a passion and a heart for helping people in general. So just helping them overcome obstacles in their own life, and wellness and health in their own life. And so that was really my why. My why was to be able to help as many people as I possibly could.
Awesome. And so you printed off the paperwork, took a look at what you had to do, and just set the goal.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. And would you suggest other people do the same?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it can be a bit intimidating, right? And so sometimes I feel like people either start doing the activity and they're like, oh, I could become a TLS certified coach, or they can download the paperwork and go, okay, I'm going to make this happen, somehow. So, and I love, I'm just curious if for you, it sounded like you printed off the paperwork, decided to go for it, made a plan, went for it. So obviously being goal orientated, you planned it out. So I love that. And what's your vision and goal for your business and for TLS, and where do you want to take this?
So my vision and goal would be, I love the fact that we have a lifestyle program. So I want to see people's minds shift from diet to lifestyle. As a teacher, there is a lot of other teachers that every year it's a new diet that they're on, a new fad that they're trying, a new whatever. And so my huge vision and goal is really to help people create a lifestyle and to see as many people as I can have a lifestyle plan that's going to be successful for them long term, not something every year that they're having to try something new and every year it's something else that failed them, So that's my biggest goal for them.
Yeah. And there's a lot of sort of not only the yo-yo dieting of your weight, but also kind of your heart, right? It's this like sort of hope and then failure and then hope and then failure. And it can be a very emotional roller coaster for people. And we are really the solution. So, obviously in helping more people, you create bigger customer base, but you're already always as well focused on, who could be a potential business partner, who can help me with the TLS expansion. When things get kind of out of hand, you're like, man, I need help with expansion. Like, you'd make a great coach. Take a look at this, right? May or may not be for you. But we're going gangbusters here. Do you have a goal with the Market America business as far as like where you want to go with it? Do you have a goal you want to share with us and just put it out into the universe?
Director by 2022.
Love it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. And now you've declared it and we are all going to make intentions that, you know, and just support you in that. I love it. So very, very good. So this was a really solid first step towards that goal. Congratulations, Andrea. We hit that perfect time frame that we wanted to, so we are rocking it out. So nice work. Thanks for joining me, and I hope everybody took some notes and some nuggets and feels inspired to become a certified TLS coach and follow in the success steps that Andrea has laid out for us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You bet. Bye, everyone.
Bye.